African Americans, despite the difficult conditions they have historically faced in this country, have been able to create culture. Wherever sort of people exist in this world, and even no matter how hard their conditions are, whether those conditions are enslavement or segregation, people are going to create culture. Whether that culture is forms of worship, whether that culture is food, whether that culture is music, whether that culture is philosophy. And in creating culture, creating African American culture, they were literally creating American culture. Many of the staples within soul food are food products that emerged during the enslavement era. One of the more obvious examples is pigs. And typically the masters took the most popular sort of parts of the pig, the parts that make up bacon and ham and others, and they typically left enslaved people with the, quote, scraps. And so those scraps were things like pig feet or particular bones. And many of the vegetable dishes within soul food are made with what's called ham hock. Collard greens are typically made with ham hock. It's something that many African-American children came up on. And so these food products, like soul food in general, really are products that emerged during the enslavement era. And over the years, African-Americans and even non-African-American cooks refined these foods, and they became a uniquely American form of cuisine that many Americans, Black and non-Black, enjoy. During the enslavement era, as you would imagine, it's very difficult for any human being to labor from sunup to sundown. And so one of the ways in which enslaved Africans figured out to sort of pass the time and even create a rhythm to their work, or even communicate sort of messages of freedom, were through music, were through song, were through what became known as spirituals. And so enslaved Africans, somewhat taking from biblical sort of references, developed all of these songs. And these spirituals did not die off with the death of slavery in 1865. They only transformed into the genre of ragtime, transformed again into the genre of the blues, transformed again into jazz, which of course is well known as the first great American form of music. And they transformed again really into hip hop, which is the most popular musical genre. So when you look at hip hop and its ancestors are jazz, its ancestors are the blues, its ancestors are ragtime, its ancestors are rooted in slavery with the spirituals. America, unlike other countries, is a place where many different groups of people have came and had their own cultures and redeveloped their cultures here in the United States, which really became a part of this sort of larger fabric, which we know as American culture. And that fabric of American culture cannot exist and does not exist without the crucial contributions of African Americans and African American culture.